We can't even win championships. And I'm fucking sick of this team not walking away with one.
It's been 4,045 days since the Boomers won their only championship right here at Parkville.
For the first time in their history. Let the ride begin for the WNBL Championship.
I don't think our jobs are any less than what a male is doing.
What are we doing wrong? Are we not marketable? Like, why is it such a grind for us? Why?
And if I was to tell someone that didn't know about the WNBL, they'd be like, cute.
Some kid won a half-court shot for 10 grand, and at the time that was 3 grand more than some of my teammates.
We're not getting paid what we're worth.
As like a black woman, as a black athlete, I think a lot of people are going to have things to say.
This is honestly the most uncomfortable I've ever felt starting playing in any country. They'll never truly kind of understand or be in my shoes.
We would walk off the floor, gladly walk off the floor. I would have run off the floor to support my girls.
We either have to sacrifice playing sport or having a family, and it's hard.
I think coming back 4 months after a baby is pretty crazy.
For you to have that representation on your top to say, I carry a lot of stuff, but hey, I'm deadly as.
Like, yeah, it is pretty cool because this is what the Indigenous women were doing. This is what our jersey represents in this pattern here. It's super powerful.
They look every bit like the best team in the competition.
We just didn't play the way that we had been practicing. But I think, yeah, it was a reality check.
If we want to be for real, the shit's got to improve. Not what is right for you, it's what is right for the team. Well, no, I'm not going to sit in silence anymore and just let it be exposed. We've got to get rid of the shit now.
It's not debatable whether you rebound or not. You goddamn rebound.
It feels like they have these stretches in games where they just go ice cold.
Who is going to step up?
Boomers need to win. They haven't and should have the last 4 years.
What are we about, Boomers? What are we about? I can't give you anything else unless you find a competitor inside you.
Let's go! Let's go. Yeah, together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together! Are you ready?
Seconds on the game clock, ticking towards the half. Allen for the last
It's not about anyone else. It's about us. It's always about us. It's how we bring. Look at that fucking scoreline. Who's down by? We know the ball!
My name is Penina Davidson.
Rachel Brewster.
Tiffany Mitchell, Desi Maguire,
Kayla Marie George.
Lindsay Allen.
Tess Margin.
Izzy Wright.
Guy Malloy.
I'm a forward.
I'm a shooting guard.
I'm a guard and I play a power forward.
Forward centre and point guard.
I'm a point guard.
A shooting guard.
I'm a guard.
Head coach, Melbourne Boomers. Penina never does things the easy way.
Gotta do that.
She is important in the scheme of things.
I am from New Zealand. I tattooed that myself. I have a gun and a little stick and poke at home that much to my parents' dismay.
Yeah.
Oh, my space planted there.
Yeah, Brewster's a good story because she's an emerging athlete and player.
I'm quiet, but I just still try to encourage my teammates as much as I can. I'm a perfectionist to the point where it's a weakness now rather than a strength.
Like, does that really answer the question? Not really.
Wonderful athlete, powerful, strong.
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, but impacted the team in multiple ways.
I am probably one of the worst overthinkers. You know, if I am overthinking a situation, there is a reason. Or maybe there's not. But see, look, overthinking that.
In the WNBL, the only person that stops Ezzy is usually Ezzy.
I'm from Craigieburn, which is in Melbourne.
We recruited Ezzy as an 18-year-old to the club.
I feel like I, can be aggressive just in my own way. My version of being aggressive might not be the same as another person.
There's been a lot of questions. Well, does she deserve this? Does she deserve that?
I've got a really big personality and I like to share it.
But she was very open how she could lead better and how she could become a better leader in the group and then eventually a better captain in the group.
I'm an open book. That's it. Drop mic.
Oh, I love LA.
That was a lie. I'm from Metroville, Maryland, in the States.
She's such an understated, humble player and never wants to take credit.
I kind of get everyone situated on the court. I make sure everyone's okay. I make sure, they're feeling confident about themselves.
What a great warrior as a player.
I've got a big warm heart and it's usually too full of emotion. I so deeply want to win and I would do anything to win.
I can't feel any more proud of any person.
I even got to be able to get anything because I was crying the whole time.
A great person in the locker room, keeps everything positive.
Oh, almost headbutted. Me.
So well loved by all the teammates.
I'm just no frills, battler, does a job.
Oh, yes! First career block!
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021-22 Deakin Melbourne Boomers. Seconds to go. The full house stand and applaud the 12th team ever to win a WNBL championship. And the Bulleen Boomers salute for the first time in their history. The heartbreak of the last 2 years can now be erased.
Oh wow, what an amazing day. It still sends tingles down my spine when I think about it. Never forget it, March 13, 2011. It was Bulleen, one of the first teams in the WNBL. Got a long history and never won a championship. And I'd played all my juniors there and then journeyed off and played seniors at WNBL at many different clubs and then came back to Bulleen to finish my career. And couldn't get it done then. Finally, as an assistant coach, I got to be part of that very special day. Boy, did we party hard after that. Hi, my name's Michelle Timms and I'm a former basketballer. I've played in Australia in the WNBL, in America in the WNBA, overseas in the German League and the Italian Professional League, and last but not least, in the Australian women's basketball team, having been to 3 Olympics and 6 World Championships. Bulleen Boomers WNBL club originated out in Bulleen, one of the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. It originated in 1984. 38 years on, and it's built into one of the best professional basketball clubs in Australia. Well, you might be wondering what my relationship with the Melbourne Boomers is. Well, I used to play a little bit back in the day with the Bulleen Boomers, and then I was fortunate enough to be the assistant coach of the 2010 and 11 championship team. And just recently, just come back into the fold and been part of the club, doing little bits and pieces. The WNBL is the Women's National Basketball League, and it's made up of the best players in Australia and some of the best players from around the world. It's coming into its 42nd year in Australia this year, and it is the longest standing women's sports league in Australia. So put that together and it makes one heck of a league.
My name is Guy Malloy, head coach, Melbourne Boomers. Well, look, it's been nearly a decade of my life, which has been a heart and soul endeavour. Well, no one's in the WNBL to make a ton of money or just get yourself in the newspaper. I mean, you got to find other reasons for it. What I've always admired so much with the female athletes is that the dedication and the dreams are the same. The desire to want the coaching and to want to get better is really strong. And then you realise that they're doing that with very little recognition and comparatively very little money and resource, and it gives you a sense of mission, I suppose.
You know, back in my day, my first few seasons, you played. You didn't get paid to play. You just played because it was the number one league in Australia, and you wanted to be part of it. And then slowly, money started coming into it. And I remember one season I got $2,000, which was absolutely massive. But just to show you, it's come a long way now. Although it has become professional, I'd like to see the pay maybe get up a little bit higher, because a minimum pay of $15,000 isn't enough money for the the players to be able to truly be professional without having a huge financial sacrifice.
I think the first year I just sort of felt and certainly got a lot of validation that you're making a difference. That connected with me for a strong sense of mission.
We worked our training sessions around players' work. So, we'd have trainings from 7 till 9 o'clock so players could work during the day, then, make their way to training. Our road trips were based around when we left, according to when the players could get off work. We trained out of tiny little venues where we swept the court before training, and on game day, Rob and Ma and myself and a cast of volunteers would run around the Veneto Club with young Johnny O'Brien and set up the boxes and sell raffle tickets, and all that sort of extra help we had from the volunteers and from our sponsors helped us, cover the costs of putting this team on the court each week, which obviously wasn't as much as what it costs these days to run a team, but definitely came from humble beginnings.
I can distinctly remember the meeting. We were training at Box Hill Senior Secondary College. We were asked to go to a meeting, and Linda explained that the club would be handing back the licence, and I think that was a very emotional time to think that we could be at the end. Like we weren't absolutely sure at the time if we'd see the season through.
6 months before we came onto the radar, the players and the coach were told that there'd be no more team. So survival is your first instinct, and what do you got to do? You do anything. My name is Tony Hallam, and I am the chair of the Deakin Melbourne Boomers. I've been with the Boomers since early 2016. I read in the newspaper that the Melbourne Boomers was, the owners of the Melbourne Boomers were handing back their licence to Basketball Australia after 33 years. I suppose save the club was the term that was used around those times, because there was every chance that with the club being handed, or the licence being handed back to the league, that the club would be shut down after 33 years. A group of us came together, we formed an ownership group, we approached Basketball Australia, we did our due diligence. By June we'd taken ownership for $1 and taken on this business, and we went into our first season and played 22 games and won 5.
But look, with the change of ownership came the changes off the court first, with rebranding and relaunching and marketing the club over again, and then in time, once there was some bases in place, then we were able to change the look of the playing group. The standards are just so remarkably different from a decade ago, and that's just a lot of hard work by a lot of people and some real pioneers in the sport, I think, to get it to this level.
When you hop each foot, that's actually a good position to recover. Right? It's the same.
It means a lot to be a Boomer. It's a real honour to play for the Boomers and to represent such an amazing organisation, especially as the captain.
I mean, it speaks for itself that we are the oldest women's sporting club across any code in Australia.
There's so much history with this club and so many amazing players that have been around this club.
This is probably one of the best teams that I've played with overseas, you know, on and off the court.
I'm proud to be a Melbourne Boomer. I don't think it's necessarily the name on the chest that means so much to me, but to be a part of this team with this group of women is what means a lot to me.
Just everyone around the club has just been so professional, from the front office to the board to the coaches to the players. It's just like an expectation that this is who we are as a club.
I think the first word that comes to mind is just like family and just close and kind of just like a sisterhood.
It's very rare you can get along with every single person on the team, and I found that we've all managed to get along with how different our personalities are. Hasn't been a problem at all, and I find myself having like separation anxiety when I'm away from them too long, which is very rare.
The connection that you can feel within a team is some of the strongest feelings of love that you can feel. You know, you share so many positive emotions, a lot of negative emotions too, but that's what cultivates love, and that's the reason why I play. I just love being a teammate and being a part of something that's greater than just myself.
Yeah, I'd really like to see us be really successful this year. Now, whether that means cut the net, obviously that's pinnacle success. As long as we do what we can and everything that we can to try and win, I think that's success in itself, whether we get the championship or not.
Can you give me some?
Oh! You're right.
Your smell is a bit flat. Alright, let's go to weights. What time is it?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Blue's here. Sorry.
Blue's here. Just kicking off.
I texted Guy.
Blue's there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sucks to be in isolation. Sorry for all this remote coaching. Wish I was out there with you. A few admin things and then some basketball things as well. The club received an email in the minds of myself and others in the club, it was nothing but deeply racially discriminatory. We have a circle that's unbroken. We're united. We're fearless in how we deal with these things. So if there was to be any attempt at not letting those two players be who they are, then we won't be playing that game.
To look at the camera?
Speak to me, basically, through the camera. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Just basically trying to trick you into look straight down the barrel.
Okay.
Just like we're having a conversation.
All right.
Makes sense?
Mm-hmm. My name is Tiffany Mitchell. I'm a guard for the Melbourne Boomers, and I'm 27 years old. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. This is my first year with the Boomers, my first time to Australia altogether. So, yeah, I guess probably 5-6 months. I started playing on an all-boys team when I was around 8 years old. Just a park and rec team. I honestly had no skill at all. I kind of was just there to release energy, run around. I was kind of like one of the guys. I was just jumping on people, run up and down the court. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just wanted to do something, and I wanted to, come home with the trophy. Initially, over time, of course, I began to develop some type of skill, but probably for a year and a half, I was the only girl on my team, and then I switched over to playing with girls once I got probably 9 or 10 years old. The week of our first game, Basketball Australia contacted the team, letting it be known that Ezzy and I, players with free braids, will not be able to play unless we tied our hair up.
My name is Ezzy McGregor. I am 22 years old and I play a power forward for the Melbourne Boomers. I'm from Craigieburn, which is in Melbourne, Victoria. This is my 4th season with the Boomers, so I started in 2018 and signed a 3-year deal and renewed my deal, so this is my 4th year with the team. As a black female, I think hair is an important part of my culture. Being Nigerian, I think just culture is very important to me. My mum was a hairdresser before, so I grew up, with her doing my hair, and it was always something that, I was grateful to have just her do my hair.
I mean, I felt like there was a target towards, the people that wore their hair, and the people that had hair and free braids, were black.
I think I spoke to Tiff the next day as well. And she kind of felt the same way that Mum had, like just, super upset about it. And I was upset as well. I think I just handled things a little bit differently. So I think it was kind of just, obviously having Tiff here just kind of just validated my feelings and kind of made me feel like it was okay to be upset about how it was handled and what was being said about it.
And, Ezzy is literally an angel. So to see how it even affected her, it made me so mad, because it's just like, she's the face of basketball, of Australia, in the opals. And it's like, you put her in that position, now I'm not even thinking about myself anymore. It's like everyone, and how it can affect anybody of color who wanted to wear their hair in braids. It's so much deeper than they're like, well, you could just tie your hair up. And I'm like, no. That, if you know me, you probably knew I wasn't going to do that.
I've worn braids pretty much my whole career, junior career included. So, yeah, I kind of just went home that day and I just thought, if I was approached by a ref or someone, I was not going to, put my hair in a bun or anything. I was just going to say, well, I've done this in the past. So to me, it was more, well, I'm just not going to do that.
I mean, just going back in history, traditionally, like, just the African culture, the African-American culture has always been wearing braids and wearing different hairstyles, like dreadlocks and all that sort of stuff as well. And so just to tell us that we couldn't wear our hair a certain way, or it just goes back to trying to make us into who you want us to be or who you think is acceptable.
So it's like you can't just put a rule onto one type of hairstyle that only one type of person in this league wears. So that's what I tried to get them to understand. They're like, well, it's just a rule. So I'm like, okay, well, Guy, of course, like, and the team, like, they got behind it because also they never heard of anything like this, and it never was an issue because there's been players in this league before me that had braids in their hair. So it's like now all of a sudden, is it an issue? So of course I told Basketball Australia, you know, the discomfort that it gave me. Like, it was very uncomfortable. My first game, like, I just felt like I had the world on my shoulders.
I was immediately fearful because the messages I was getting was that Tiffany was going to look at heading home.
The team did a great job, and, you know, Guy, Tony, everyone made me feel, and Ezzy, feel like, you know, we had a collective group and understanding, and we just felt love. I think that was the main part, to make it feel like, you know, we are a family, like they have my back, you know, and they're gonna stand with us through whatever.
I was so gutted for those two. I think as soon as someone got discriminated based off what they looked, that right there should have been enough. That right there was a problem, simply because of how two women wanted to have their hair.
I knew it was like an old FIBA rule, and obviously the WNBL comes under FIBA, so that's why they were trying to enforce it. But then to find out later that it wasn't actually a rule anymore, so they were trying to enforce an old rule, I think that was just, you know, even more upsetting.
The policy had been sent out to all clubs, and it was factually incorrect because it was no longer a FIBA rule. So, you know, the world governing body, FIBA, had been aware, I would say, of, you know, the cultural sensitivities with things, and they'd let it go. So somehow how it had remained undetected or on the books at BA, and then pushed out to the team, and then it just blew up.
I think Basketball Australia kind of digressed when they went back and saw that it actually was not a rule. So that made it even worse, honestly, to me, because it's like now you were fighting for a FIBA rule. Like, they kept saying, like, it's a FIBA rule, it's a FIBA rule. Like, sorry, like, it's not like us saying it, like it's, you know, a world thing. And I'm like, I've also played in every other country with braids. I played with the USA team with my hair in braids. Like, I played in the top level of every league that I've been in, and my hair has never been an issue. So it's like, why do I come here and this is the first thing that I'm told before I get on the court?
Yeah, you know, by the time I had enough information about what was going on and spoke to the girls directly, it was a real problem.
It was no genuine in it at all. It was more of like to kind of clear their name and saying, like, you know, we're just gonna move away from this situation, instead of, you know, owning up to it and saying, like, you know, we actually did drop the ball with this and we handled this completely wrong. And I guess that's what I was probably looking for, and I didn't get it. So of course I expressed that through social media, and, you know, social media is powerful. It's gonna either make or break you in some situations, and, you know, once it's out there, it's out there. And this is something that I wanted to be out there.
Whether it's in braids or whether it's in its natural state, I'm very proud of my hair.
You got time to get your own shots up now. Mick, what's your schedule?
Can we do the boom story like 3, 2, 1, boom! Great job, girls. Great job.
We're not friends. She does this all the time. Stop that. I was about to bless myself. You're all over it. Yeah.
Is croak and cocaine the same thing?
No idea. It's either sound.
Yep.
Four games to 3. Here we go, last one.
2, 3, 4. I'm having fun!
Hey, every shot counts. Here we go, here we go.
Oh, get up there. Away! She's off.
This morning, and we've decided that tonight, prior to the game and also on Saturday, when the national anthem happens, that we're going to take the knee when the anthem's on, and we would like the rest of you to have a conscious thinking process about that, and we're inviting you to join us.
Guy was really big on just saying, you know, if they're not able to wear their braids, then we're not playing the game. And I felt really I feel like powerful in that moment because, you know, it was coming from Guy, it was coming from, you know, a coach, someone who, you know, is a male, who is white, who, you know, has that power to kind of enforce that. So it was pretty special to hear that from Guy. And then obviously leading up to the Bendigo game, we kind of decided, and it was actually driven by Guy, that we were going to kneel for the anthem. And it was kind of just taking a stand against Basketball Australia, just kind of saying that it, you know, obviously had affected us, and we were standing together and our team was standing in solidarity. It doesn't really happen in Australia, like kneeling doesn't really happen in Australia with sporting teams, so I think it was something that we thought was going to be powerful and kind of just get the message across, and I think it's something that needed to be done.
I thought the way the team handled it was great. I loved Guy's segment. He actually took lead on that, really awesome, and it made me proud, not only as his athlete, but just as a human to know him. It was really good, the way he took that.
No matter what Ezzy and Tiff, however they felt, however they wanted, what their response to it was, whatever that was, we were all going to support them. And if it meant, you know, not playing the game or not, whatever they decided, we were 100% behind them.
There was just no scenario where I, as captain, friend, sister to these girls, would not have their backs. There was no scenario that I wouldn't have their backs. So, like, if it meant that we didn't play in that first game, we weren't going to play. We would walk off the floor, gladly walk off the floor. I would have run off the floor to support my girls.
Oh my god.
Do you love yourself? No. I do that now, completely. Oh, when I bought the rings the other day.
Okay, if you've got your phones, just take a quick photo of that. We have a significant act today. Eyes on and attention to our bigs. If we don't score out of our sets, at the end of the shot clock, lots of post touches, lots of step-up screens at the end of the shot clock, and then roll inside and find our high lows, because there are going to be easy baskets there if we're smart about that. Okay, that's about it. Let you guys check out. Let's have a great day today. First game.
Boom on 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom.
So guys put together this awesome team. You ask anyone in the league, Melbourne Boomers are the team to beat. Pre-season is finally over, and now we're ready for the first game.
Hello and welcome to Bendigo Stadium for this big round 2 matchup of the WNBL between the Bendigo Spirit and the visiting Melbourne Boomers. My name is Liam Ellison. I am joined here by 3-time WNBL champion Steph Blitzarves. Keen to bring this one to you. We've got
Boom on 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom. Are you ready? I am ready. Yeah. That was a good one, ladies. Oh, we're missing Brewy. Oh, Brewy's in the Louis.
We've got 5 Australian opals from the 2021 Tokyo Games here tonight. Kayla George, Tess Madgen and Ezzy McMagor from the Boomers side. And Leilani Mitchell and Tessa Lavey as well from the Spirit. The Boomers, meanwhile, their first game of the season. Coming up here tonight, of course, with imports back in the WNBL this season. Lindsay Allen, Tiffany Mitchell, 2 of our imports coming in. How do you foresee them helping this team going for their, first championship under Guy Malloy?
Lindsay Allen, world-class player. We've seen her play before. She's back for the Boomers. And Tiffany Mitchell, we're expecting big things from her. She's a shooting guard, so hopefully we see her tear it up this season.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Spirit searching for their first win in 676 days.
We took a knee for the anthem to highlight that there was something that happened that we weren't happy with, and we've continued to do that, and we will continue to do that until the end of season.
I didn't realise how much it was going to get me, the kneeling. I knew it was a powerful statement, that first game, but in that moment I got overwhelmed with emotion. And I had Tiff beside me on one side, Lindsay on the other, and then Ezzy next to Lindsay. And that was like I'll never forget how I felt in that moment.
You know, it was a powerful moment, and I think it was something that we were going to stick with for the rest of the season, because I think it's powerful when it's consistent, and you know, when we stick with something like that, because the message still gets across, you know, not just for a week, but it just continues to get across for the duration of the season.
You know, we were well prepared not to play that game, that first game, if they didn't change something. So I think, you know, from a leadership point of view, from a playing group point of view, we still kneel to this day because that hurt. They still feel that. So it's not something that's going to go away. So whether we win this championship or not, that'll be what I'm most proud of.
George again in the post. Pass little Wavy. Now Wavy's off to the races. Mitchell, great pass. Finds the cutting goal, then Bendigo on fire. Seems to be a clear directive. Kayla George in the post, takes advantage. And straight away, they're looking to use that height advantage again. Davidson spinning, clinical. Izzy Wright drives baseline. Oh, blocked by Maddie Garrett.
Just there. I'm sure Maddie would have loved that one.
Brown. Off the pine for the Boomers. Wright tries the cross-court pass. Picked off. This Spirit defense has been unreal in the first quarter. Here it is again. McGraw with the advantage. Not a lot that Mary Golden could do there. Inside to Davidson. She steps through.
And she's so strong down there.
Garrick thought about it. Imagine right there. A couple of ex-teammates and falls in for Garrick. It's been an up and down affair so far in Bendigo. Boomers trying to find George inside.
Absolute desperation on defense from the Spirit.
Now the Spirit, Golden gets it to go. 0 of 2. So that'll do it for the end of the first half. The Bendigo Spirit lead this one 34-25. The Melbourne Boomers with a lot of work to do here. It's been a really up and down and defensive last quarter, really, Steph, as well.
Because offensively, we either cut without intensity to score, every cut is a cut to score, or else the timing sucks. Right, now, a couple of one-downs, Tess, you're already through on the other side before anyone's got a chance to set a screen for you. Be patient. Come on, I'm not... Read the play, please. Will you get involved? You are way too passive right now. You are way too passive. I mean, I don't want to be talking to you every time I see you running down the floor that it's 6 out of 10. I want 10 out of 10, head on the net, seal, because who's going to guard you from that other team? So why would you make it easy for them? And that's how you set yourself up to be the player that you are, right? And you can impose yourself on this game a lot more than what you're doing. I said before the game, settling down, getting through nerves, all that kind of stuff would take its time. We've had that 20 minutes now. We've got to turn it up this quarter, girls. Let's go.
Boom on 3, 1, 2, 3, boom.
The cracks will come in this game if we're really consistent with our defence and, you know, be patient offensively. Just a little bit better timing. Do the stuff you know how to do. Loop down first play.
Come on, girls. Boom on 3, 1, 2, 3, boom.
Mismatch for the loop down.
Searching for our first bucket in the second half. McGraw makes it happen. And second chance now. Oh, how about hesitation for Resi McNicol?
And Ezzy just too strong in there, too strong.
George was active in that first half, 11-7. McNicol fighting hard with Maley. Stays just out of the fingertips of Ezzy. Boomers straight away, off to the races, Mitchell.
We just didn't play the way that we had been practicing. I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but I think, yeah, it was a reality check.
Brown and Levy, no call says the ref. Here's George. McNicol cutting to the hoop. Pulls down the O-board, fighting hard with Maley.
That's a great contest on the boards between Ezzy and Anna Lee.
So turnover. Bendigo bench loves it. 3 seconds. Mitchell. Win 3 ball is good. The Spirit lead by 9.
That is an absolute clutch shot from Leilani Mitchell.
Just out of reach of Lindsay Allen. That's a costly turnover. Mitchell will fire. So the Melbourne Boomers still yet to hit a 3 ball in this one. Now 0-15.
Need a 3.
Allen long 2. And that'll do it. So the Bendigo Spirit have upset the Melbourne Boomers on their home deck, 63-58.
Well, that didn't exactly go to plan, did it? I think we've, after that game against Bendigo, it was like, boy, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It was a tough opening period, and in the end, that 21-8 first 10 minutes probably cost them anything.
I think it did. The Spirit came out really ready to play. They had all the energy, and it was the whole game that the Boomers were just trying to peg it back, trying to make up that deficit that they put themselves in at the start of the game.
Oh, crap, we've got a bit more work to do.